श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. So welcome to today's Bhakti Shastri session. So yes, we are discussing on one particular theme of Bhagavad Gita, that is Atmagnan. Atmagnan means what is our identity. So that is the second section of this chapter. And today, hopefully, we'll also enter into the third section of Bhagavad Gita, that is why Krishna has been speaking so much knowledge to Arjun. The main purpose is to make him fight. So initially, the first 10 verses spoke about the importance of Guru and why it is important to surrender to Guru. Then Guru removes our lamentation and ignorance by giving Atmagyan. So the next 20 verses, 10 to 11 to 30, discuss about Atmagyan. That is the concept of Atma and all. And now 30 to 54 verses onwards, next 24 verses, we'll discuss about the two kinds of duty. Having understood this knowledge, we should be fixed upon these two kinds of duties. And then later, what is this? What are the symptoms of a person who is fixed up? That will be the Atmaram section. That will be in the last remaining 20 verses of this chapter. So like this, the division is there. So before we start, we can have a quick recap. And I would especially like to encourage all devotees to speak because I see generally last few days only very few people only speak. And that too, they only are aware. So it will be good if you can, those who are not spoken till now, or you can, everyone can speak quickly. Some recollection from yesterday's point. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yesterday we discussed how Hanumanji used his anger on the service of the Lord. Then Gopi used their lust in the service of the Lord, and Haridas Thakur used the greed in the service of the Lord.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So everything has a utility. Anger also has utility. Thank you, Prabhu.
So I have just a follow-up question here, Prabhuji. So how the other three things envy, then arrogance, and attachments? So is there any
There is
reference?
one thing generally which is said ki one thing there is we cannot dowtail it, that is envy. Other things
Hmm.
are doubtable. So illusion. Illusion means how to engage illusion in the service of Lord. Who can tell? How to engage illusion or intoxication in service of God.
Go.
What, Prabhu?
Prabhuji, under the Yogamaya potency of the Lord, the residents of Vrindavan has used.
Okay, that is fine. How we can use how to go under Yogamaya. That is a lifelong project now, Prabhu. How can we use intoxication in service of Lord?
Be intoxicated in chanting.
बाप रे बहुत डेंजर है और कुछ
Prabhuji, actually, Lord is being offered betel nuts. So in this way,
क्या क्या
Lord is being offered betel nuts also.
but that we cannot eat.
Yes, yes.
In our temple, a lot of pans are being offered to deity every day. 3 times a day, 2 times a day, pans are being offered, and every pan at least cost 450 or 500 rupees. Every pan. That is a opulence of the pan. Rajshahi pan is offered to Lord. But unfortunately, devotees lament. This Mahaprasad doesn't come to devotees. This Mahaprasad goes to security guard in our temple. Security guard and the workers and the laborers they get. So they are Bhagyavan to eat this Mahaprasad. But in general, devotees, we don't take that pan. Okay. Any other way? How to engage intoxication, illusion in the service of Lord? So yeah. So we know that Kama Krishna Karmarpane, Krodha Bhakta, Dveshi Jane, and so in that entire verse section it comes intoxication or illusion. How we should dance so madly that people feel अरे क्या हो गया पागल हो गया है पागल एकदम पगला गया है like the way व्यक्ति dances in the marriage party of his brother or sister तो इस ऐसा एकदम रास्ते पे नाचता है पागलों की तरह नाचता है इंटॉक्सिकेट हो जाता है एकदम उसको कुछ समझता नहीं है we said that is intoxication and illusion also illusion मतलब वो सोचता है कि पूरा दुनिया एकदम spiritual world हो गया तो material world है लेकिन he dances so this is the way one engages both generally both are there for dancing kirtans so we should dance so madly इससे हमारा illusion engage हो जाता है बाद में क्रोध क्रोध भक्त द्वेषी जन है तो क्रोध को जो भक्तों को एनवी करता है उनके प्रति क्रोध निकालना दैट इज क्रोध काम कृष्ण कर्माण पढ़े लस्ट कैन बी यूज फॉर सर्विस ऑफ लॉर्ड बाय डेडिकेटिंग ऑल आवर सर्विसेज एंड एफर्ट्स टू सर्विस ऑफ द लॉर्ड सो सो एनवी के बारे में अभी तक नहीं समझा है कभी एनवी आई थिंक एनवी कैन नॉट बी डॉटेड जहाँ तक पता है एनवी देयर इज नो ऑप्शन you have to give it up only envy का एक ही ऑप्शन है envy is a indirect appreciation so directly appreciate people rather than directly and indirectly appreciating people so generally when I say क्या प्रभु आप तो टॉपर बन गए ज्यादा भी पढ़ाई मत किया करो तो envy means we are indirectly appreciating but better than that directly appreciate प्रभु how you study so nicely you are so sincere so I said yeah, and that is the way envy can be doubted also yes bro any other point.
Usually we saw the discussion that
Sorry, who is speaking? You can raise your
how
I am so many screens in my
emphasizing
chest.
on soul.
कौन बोल रहा है हाथ रेस कीजिए तो मुझे दिखेगा प्रभु हाँ ओके हाँ बोलिए बोलिए
We saw that how the meanings of different verses. You saw that Gaurang Prabhu knows that how there's a difference between each things you are emphasizing on soul. What Krishna is saying.
okay yeah that we saw what are the internal dialogues between Krishna and Arjuna okay any other point
Prabhuji,
yes bro
Prabhuji, you are mentioning a point that a surgical operation is not meant to kill the body, but to cure the patient.
yeah Srila Prabhupada writes that in purport that surgical so violence also has a utility okay
Yes,
We
Prabhuji,
saw that with time everything goes away, but ignorance is not gone.
Ignorance, we only have to endeavor to, we only have to work upon it. Otherwise, life after life, we keep on getting births and births again and again, but ignorance doesn't go away. We need a guru for that. Avidya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya. Yes, bro. Any Rohit Prabhu?
Like you mentioned, Prabhuji, like from 11th verse to 20th, the knowledge is about all,
Knowledge of?
like he cannot be cut into pieces. Soul,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. So a lot of emphasis. So you showed that Gaurang Darshan proves that cause and reasons. Lord is asking and Lord is replying.
Yeah, correct. That how soul cannot be cut into pieces, smushed in by the water, earth. Like, so soul cannot be destroyed even in the Los Angeles fire. The fire which is going on still from last 7 days. 7 countries are working to eradicate it, to make it shant, but it's not going away. That forest fire only. So Radhanath Maharaj in one lecture mentions this forest fire by Krishna's grace may stop, but we need one more. There is one more big fire which is going on, and that is the forest fire in our heart. And our heart, there is a Kama Agni which is going on. So he said, Radhanath Maharaj says that this Kama Agni is also very danger, like a forest fire. From millions of lifetime, so many people we are interacting, but this fire is not stopping only. And this is in our heart only. We need a grace of Guru. Samsara Davana Lead Loka. Only rains can stop this fire. No amount of water, no amount. Although they have such a big sea in their country, you know that, no? There is a big sea there, huge sea is there, but they are not able to stop using that sea water because they said ki we cannot use sea water. If we use sea water, then the entire land will become barren and no agriculture will happen in the future. If sea water is being used, the entire land will become barren. There will be no trees and no plantation. That's why they have to use only river water only. So they are not able to use seawater also for eradicating fire like that. Okay. Yes, Naresh Prabhu, Rohit Prabhu.
Also, Guruji, we talked about like when one understand about Atma, then he don't lament.
Hmm. Yeah, lamentation. Lamentation comes mainly because of bodily conception of life. And when we hear about Atma, there is no more lamentation. Okay. Yes, Naresh, true.
So yesterday you are telling about Sarvagata, that is, living entities are everywhere in sun planets, in moon planets also.
Yeah. So we can confidently say, even on every planet, there is life. Okay. Any other point, too?
We are also mentioning about Sanyati, that Sanyati means heavenly body or a better body.
Hmm. So this is Krishna. Arjuna is encouraged based on that you are going to get upgraded bodies. Don't worry so much about. You are giving them better destination. So don't worry about that. And then there was also discussion about Dharma Yuddha. What will happen to Bangladesh soldier and Pakistan soldier? Whether they will get a Swarg body or not. So Bhanu Maharaj, when same question was asked, Maharaj said, I don't know. So I also don't know what will happen to whom, because it is very difficult to decide. Yes, Prabhu. Mayapur voice?
Prabhuji, you told that material conception of life brings a sorrowful situation, and when we understand the knowledge of soul, we get vairagya and knowledge by which we can get out of that situation.
Yeah, correct. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. So we go ahead. Yes, who's there? Anyone else? Naresh Prabhu. And
Yes, Hare Krishna. Actually, another example you are giving about in rainy season, uh, actually we cannot see the sun,
okay, in rainy
but
season we cannot see
by
the
the
sun.
presence of light we can know that sun is present. So similarly, we cannot see the soul, but by consciousness we can see the soul.
Yeah, correct. So today we'll be discussing from one of the very powerful verses, that is Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityur. So we know Krishna's the main purpose of Krishna is to encourage Arjun that to fight, to be fixed on his duty. So initially he spoke about if you're thinking that a person will die, the soul cannot die. So he explained about soul. But if you think that body will die, so then Krishna says body will die anyway. One who has taken birth, one who has got this material body, he's sure to die. So there is nothing to be lamenting about the death of the body, because that is the rule of rule of this world only. So he said anyone who has got this body will surely die. So the very famous shloka from this Bhagavad Gita comes here, 2.27, right now? Uh-oh, I lost it. 1 minute. Where are my notes? Okay, we'll recite. जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्मामृतस्य च तस्यार्थे तस्मादपि हर्यार्थे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्मामृतस्य च तस्मादपि हर्यार्थे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि. Yes, bro, please read.
One who has taken his birth is sure to die, and after death, one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament.
Okay. So yeah, Prabhupada, we can read Prabhupada's purport. That Prabhupada is saying that actually one good thing about Srila Prabhupada is Prabhupada gives a purport in a very practical scenario of the world. The the previous acharyas and all, they might have written they have written purport according to their context. According to their context. Like the very famous example we see Kamesha, Krodesha, then we say that is lust only Arjuna, which is the most sinful devouring enemy. तो कृष्णा ने अर्जुन के लिए जो लश का डेफिनेशन बताया है वो अलग है. लश मतलब एंजॉयमेंट है। एंजॉयमेंट के बेसिस पे फाइट ना करना, तुम्हारे खुद के एंजॉयमेंट के बारे में फाइट डिस्कस कर डिसाइड ये करना, और धर्म ना करना, अपना ड्यूटी ना करना, उसको कहते हैं लस्ट। लेकिन प्रभुपाद ने जो लस्ट का जो डेफिनेशन बताया है पर्पट्स में, वो आज का बताया है, क्योंकि आज को ड्यूटी का तो किसी को पड़ा ही नहीं है। तो बहुत सारे वर्सेस भगवदगीता के जो होते हैं काफी सटल लेवल पे चल रहे हैं, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे लोग बहुत रिफाइंड थे ना। सटल लेवल का लस्ट है वो, सटल लेवल का, सब सटल लेवल की चीजें है वो। लेकिन हमारे लिए प्रभुपाद ने एकदम उसको ग्रॉस मैनिफेस्टेशन बताया है कि आज दुनिया में क्या चल रहा है, उसका सुपर ग्रॉस मैनिफेस्टेशन है। तो यहाँ पे प्रभुपाद ने जो ट्रांसलेशंस परपट भी दिए हैं, इतना अच्छे से दिए है कि दैट्स व्हाई सच a big difference is there as soon as somebody reads Bhagavad Gita. Yes, bro.
One has to take birth according to one's activities of life. And after finishing one term of activities, one has to die to take birth for the next. In this way, one is going to through one cycle of birth and death after another without liberation. This cycle of birth and death does not, however, support unnecessary murder, slaughter, and war. But at the same time, violence and war are inevitable factors in human society for keeping law and order. The battle of Kurukshetra, being the will of the Supreme, was an inevitable event, and to fight for the right cause is the duty of a Kshatriya. Why should Arjun be afraid of or aggrieved at the death of his relatives, since he was discharging his proper duty? He did not deserve to break the law, thereby becoming subjected to the reactions of sinful act of which he was so afraid. By avoiding the discharge of his proper duty, he would not be able to stop the death of his relative, and he would be degraded due to his selection of the wrong path of action.
Yeah, so
Since
you
death
see, यहाँ पे जो बताया जा रहा है कि why Krishna is so worried about Arjuna being fighting. It is said it is not that by showing compassion, uh, by showing compassion, neither he will benefit the relatives and neither he himself will get benefited. It's a lose-lose situation. Nobody is going to win here because they are also going to get degraded because they are on the path of adharma, and Arjuna, because of not doing his duty, he is also going to get suffer. So that's why Krishna is telling, you have to do your dharma, you have to fight, you have to fight. It is best for both the parties to fight only, because if we do not discharge our proper duty, so that's why now slowly the theme will shift into the importance of doing the duties. Now, next, this is a verse which changes the section after this. After this, the section gets changed. That it focuses on, if you do not discharge your duties which are given to you, then you will be degraded by not selecting the proper path of action. So, यहाँ पे आचार्य इसका अलग अलग ये दिया है. I'll not go into that right now. Now, some certain another verses. अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधनानि एव तत्र का परिदेवना.
All, all created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in their interim state, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So, what need is there for lamentation?
So now he told, like that he told ना. So initially he told the concept of that soul तो मर नहीं सकता, बॉडी तो मरने ही वाला है, चाहे जो करना है करो, बॉडी मर ही जाएगा. तो बोले फिर करना क्या, जीवन क्या है फिर? वो बोलेगा बॉडी मरने वाला है, सोल, जीवन कुछ है क्या? तो बोले जीवन मतलब कुछ नहीं है. तो बोल रहे हैं जीवन मतलब स्पिरिट सोल फ्लैपिंग इन द मटेरियल बॉडी जस्ट फॉर अ फ्यू मोमेंट्स. तो बोले शुरुआत में लाइफ नहीं था, लास्ट में भी लाइफ जाने वाला है, बीच का कुछ समय है जिसमें आपको लाइफ के सिम्टम्स दिख रहे हैं, बाद में फिर से चला जाएगा, फिर से दूसरा बॉडी मिलेगा. तो लाइफ जीवन ऐसे ही चल रहा है. तो इसे इट्स अ डेड बॉडी फ्लैपिंग. Material life, material body means it's just a flapping for few moments animated by the spirit soul. Like that he's telling. So initially also you see in the translation also it is written, all created beings are unmanifest in their beginning. जब creation हुआ तो in one sense they did not have material body. तो unmanifest in that sense. Then manifest in the interim state. बीच के समय में उनको बॉडी मिलता है तो ऐसा लगता है उनके कुछ एक्शंस चालू हो गए और फिर से वो अनमैनिफेस्ट हो जाएंगे. तो बोले क्या है, यही जीवन है. कुछ समय के लिए, कुछ समय का बात होता है वो मैनिफेस्ट अनमैनिफेस्ट. सो व्हाट इज नीड ऑफ द लैमेंटेशन? सो आज proper he also is saying living entities are invisible in the beginning, they become visible in the middle and again become invisible at the end. So what is there to lament in this? So yeah, he's speaking, Krishna is speaking from different kinds of philosophers now. considering that there are so many different philosophers, those who will read Bhagavad Gita, and those who are audience of Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Prabhu, please read.
Accepting that there are two classes of philosophers, one believing in the existence of the soul and the other not believing in the existence of the soul. There is no cause for lamentation in either case. Non-believers in the existence of the soul are called atheists by followers of Vedic wisdom. Yet, even if, for our argument's sake, we accept this atheistic theory, there is still no cause for lamentation. Apart from the separate existence of the soul, the material elements remain unmanifested before creation. From this subtle state of non-manifestation, from this subtle state of non-manifestation comes manifestation. Just as from ether, air is generated. From air, fire is generated. From fire, water is generated. And from water, earth becomes manifested. From the earth, many varieties of manifestations take place. Take, for example, a big skyscraper manifested from the earth. When it when it is dismantled, the manifestation becomes again unmanifested and remains as atoms in the ultimate stage. The law of conservation of energy remains, but in course of time, things are manifested and unmanifested. That is the difference. Then what cause is there for lamentation, either in the stage of manifestation or in unmanifestation? Somehow or other, even in the unmanifested stage, things are not lost. But at the beginning and at the end, all elements remain unmanifested, and only in the middle are they manifested, and this does not make any real material difference. And if
Yeah. So here he's telling that it does not make much big difference. Like now in Los Angeles fire, so many crores and billion dollars के $1 million के घर जो है जल गए पूरे. वैसे भी पहले वो मिट्टी था, बाद में मिट्टी में मिलने वाला है. कुछ समय के लिए आया, जाना ही है. ये नेचर का लॉ है. चाहे आप जिंदा रहो ना रहो, उसके बाद भी जाने ही वाला है वो. मीन्स आप जिंदा कभी 50 साल 100 साल के बाद वो डिसमेटल होने ही वाला है वो बिल्डिंग. वो बता रहे हैं कि अगर कोई एथिस्टिक व्यक्ति है तो उसके हिसाब से भी आप चाहो ना चाहो वो होने ही वाला है. Whether you may try hundreds of things to protect your building, you may try hundreds of things to protect your body, so but it is going to die at any cost. So even if you are atheistic, he said, अभी नहीं तो कभी ना कभी तो होने ही वाला है. तो he said कि that's why you should do your duty, we should fight, don't worry so much about that I'm killing the bodies and all, because you are engaging in dharma yuddha. It is the right duty to be done either now or later. So you have to do that way only. So why not now? So Krishna is encouraging like that. Similarly, about ignorance, laziness also we can see, na? In laziness also sometimes we are very lazy that to get up early in the morning, and it feels like a snooze the alarm, snooze the alarm. 15 मिनट, आधा घंटा, 1 घंटा, 2 घंटा. अल्टीमेटली देखो अभी नहीं तो कभी उठना ही है. ज्यादा देर तो सो भी नहीं सकते. 1 घंटे का 15-20 मिनट का एक्स्ट्रा सुख मिलता है थोड़ा और सोने से, लेकिन बाद में वो मिजरी बन जाता है. बोला अभी नहीं तो कभी उठना ही है, तो क्यों नहीं ऐसा प्लान करो कि जल्दी उठ जाओ. एनीवे कभी ना कभी उठना ही है, दिन भर तो सो नहीं सकते हम. सो एनीवे कभी अभी नहीं तो कभी मरना ही है. तो ये सेड कि अभी आप अच्छे से करो. आज अभी मारोगे उनको तो उनको अच्छा बॉडी मिलेगा, डेस्टिनेशन मिलेगा. बाद में करोगे तो तुमको भी वैसे भी मर जाएंगे, और तुमको उसका क्रेडिट भी नहीं मिलेगा और तुमको उसका पाप भी लगेगा. तो इस प्रकार से भगवान बता रहे हैं उनको. ओके. हाँ, प्रोपात का पर्पट कंप्लीट हो गया ना प्रो? क्यों और एक पैराग्राफ है आपके इसमें देखो.
यस जी, एक पैराग्राफ बचा है.
ओके, पढ़ लीजिए प्रो इसको भी.
And if we accept the Vedic conclusion as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, that these material bodies are perishable in due course of time, antatva ime deha, but that the soul is eternal, nitya shokta sharirina, then we must remember always that the body is like a dress. Therefore, why lament the changing of a dress? The material body has no factual existence in relation to the eternal soul. It is sometimes like a dream. In a dream, we may think of flying in the sky or sitting on a chariot as a king, but when we wake up, we can see that we are neither in the sky nor seated on the chariot. The Vedic wisdom encourages self-realization on the basis of the non-existence of the material body. Therefore, in either case, whether one believes in the existence of the soul or one does not believe in the existence of the soul, there is no cause for lamentation for the loss of the body.
This material world is like compared to a dreaming state. So yesterday there was one question about where do we fall down? So why we see that Prabhupada and many devotees are not given so much focus on where do we fall down? Because the real fall down is the fall down from consciousness. And then it does not matter. Main problem is we fall down on our consciousness. Now from where we were located, and then from where to where we fall down, it is little immaterial because material world is compared to a dream only. So it is said it is as good as dreaming condition. As soon as we again rise in the consciousness, become Krishna conscious, this dream gets over, then again we are back to spiritual world. So only thing currently it's a long dream. It's a long dream, and that dream appears to be quite real. So that is what he said. He said, it is something like a dream. Okay, so now 29 shloka, something very nice shloka is going to come. Okay, so before I start 29 shloka, who can tell me uh, which verse from Mahabharata, Gita, or anywhere it says that what is the most amazing thing in this world?
Ahani Ahani Bhutani.
Ahani Ahani Bhutani.
याद नहीं है।
पश्यन्ति ये यमालयम ऐसा कुछ तो
आगे
कुछ
का पता नहीं ठीक है चलेगा आने आने भूतानि गच्छन्ति हिमालयम। तो ये किसका सेक्शन है प्रभु?
युधिष्ठिर महाराज एंड धर्मराज।
युधिष्ठिर महाराज
युधिष्ठिर महाराज धर्मराज शायद
एंड
नहीं किससे
हु वाज
प्रभु
दिस
जी वो
पर्सन?
एक राक्षस है जिनको भीम ने पकड़ा था, उनका नाम याद नहीं आ रहा। भीम को पकड़ा था उन्होंने।
Yakshiraj and Yudhishthir Maharaj. So this conversation is going on, and he asked, "What is the most amazing thing in this world?" And Yudhishthir Maharaj quickly replied, "Ahani ahani bhutanti gachanti himalayam." So many people are dying every day, but they still think that I'm not going to die. Every day nowadays, you news channel you see, na, so many news are coming, na, so many news. Somewhere earthquake is happening, somewhere fires are coming, somewhere bomb blast in countries are attacking. So many people are dying every day, but still amazingly we think that, oh, it is not about me. It is not about me. We don't relate ourselves with that position. Like once upon a time, one devotee, one Maharaj, he went to Western countries. Even Prabhupada, when Prabhupada went to one of the countries, and Prabhupada said, "You are not your body." He said, "You are not your body." Then he said, "Okay, whose body I am then?" Bola, "Arey, you are not your body." Well, then whose body I am? Means he said ki, "Arey Baba," means they are so much into bodily conception of life, they are not able to understand. They think body is only everything. So they think, okay, if I'm not my body, then I'm someone else's body. So the bodily conception is so deep rooted. Or sometimes Srila Prabhupada used to say, "I am not this body." तो प्रभुपाद इन जनरल बता रहे हैं, आई एम नॉट दिस बॉडी, मतलब हम सब लोग अपना बॉडी नहीं है। लेकिन उनको लगता था मे बी स्वामी जी इज नॉट दिस बॉडी बिकॉज इज अ वेरी ग्रेट सोल, बट वी ऑल हम लोग तो बॉडी है। तो इतना ग्रेट डिप कंसेप्शन पड़ा है सबका। तो यू सी वन अमेजिंग थिंग, यू सी इतने सारे चोर पकड़े जाते हैं, कितने सारे न्यूज़पेपर में आते हैं, जेल भरे हैं, जेल में ओवरफ्लो हो रहा है, लेकिन जो दूसरा चोर रहता है उसको लगता है कि मैं नहीं पकड़ा जाऊंगा, उसने गलती किया था, उसने बराबर से चोरी नहीं किया इसलिए नहीं गया। लेकिन इतने सारे चोर पकड़े जा रहे हैं, मार खा रहे हैं, पीट रहे हैं, सब कुछ है, लेकिन ये चोर सोचता है कि मुझे कुछ नहीं होगा, वो बच जाऊंगा मैं। ठीक है, अगर इस बच भी जाए मटेरियल वर्ल्ड की जेल से, लेकिन इतने सारे लोग मर रहे हैं, लेकिन वो विचार करता है कि मेरे लिए नहीं है, अगर है भी तो मैं इतना जीऊंगा इतना जीऊंगा इतना जीऊंगा कि तब तक तो लाइफ ही खत्म हो जाएगी, तो फिर कुछ टेंशन नहीं है। बट वी हैव टू बी सो सीरियस अबाउट दिस दैट डेथ कैन कम एट एनी मोमेंट. We have a very short notice. We don't get notice period also much. Already notice period we have got before company wants to remove you out of the job. You get a notice period sometimes, but sometimes very short notice is there. But in material world, we have got already so many notices. Our bodies are now becoming little weak, hairs are becoming white, and we are seeing so many other things happening in our body. Situations not working, digestion not working, this not working. That means already body खटारा होने के symptoms आ गए, खटारा हो रहा है गाड़ी. तो मतलब कभी भी यूजलेस बन जाएगा गाड़ी कुछ समय में. So you have to be little serious about this. That any moment this may happen. So there is one more riddle which comes. Yesterday, some of you might have heard this riddle. Once, this story comes on. Once upon a time, Yudhishthir Maharaj was sitting in the room. Yudhishthir Maharaj was sitting in the room, and he tells Bhim, "You become bodyguard of. You become a security guard. Don't allow anyone to enter into my room." Then he said, "Okay." He said, "भैया ने बोला है किसी को अंदर आने नहीं देना." तो किसी को अंदर नहीं आने देते. लेकिन एक सडनली एक व्यक्ति आता है. तो बोले मुझे कुछ प्रश्न पूछना है. तो बोले क्या प्रश्न है. तो बोले नहीं मुझे तुमसे नहीं पूछना, मुझे युधिष्ठिर से पूछना है. तो बोले नॉट अलाउड. ऐसा कौन सा क्वेश्चन है, पहले मुझे मुझे पूछो, बोलना मैं सारे आंसर दे दूंगा. तुमको उनको डिस्टर्ब करने की जरूरत नहीं है. तो बोले तुम क्या आंसर दोगे, तुम नहीं आंसर दे पाओगे. बोले तुम्हारा सिर्फ बॉडी बड़ा है, बुद्धि कुछ नहीं है. तो बोले नहीं नहीं आंसर दो, मैं दे सकता हूँ कोई भी आंसर. तो बोले ठीक है. तो उन्होंने 3 प्रश्न पूछे. बोले मुझे ना, मैं आज जंगल में गया था, मैंने कुछ तो अमेजिंग चीज देखी. अमेजिंग. लेकिन समझ में नहीं आ रहा है अमेजिंग चीज कैसे हो सकती है, तुम थोड़ा उसका पर्पट बताइए मुझे. तो बोले क्या. मैंने सडनली देखा कि एक कुआं था. एक कुएं में इतना पानी था, मतलब 3 कुएं थे. एक कुएं में इतना पानी था, पानी था, पानी था, ओवरफ्लो हो रहा था. दूसरे कुएं में से भी पानी ओवरफ्लो हो रहा था. तीसरे कुएं में से भी पानी ओवरफ्लो हो रहा था. लेकिन उसके बीचों बीच एक कुआं था, और वो कुआं जो है उसमें पानी ही नहीं था. ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा, सब जगह पानी ओवरफ्लो हो रहा है, लेकिन एक बीच का कुआं है, वहाँ पानी ओवरफ्लो ही नहीं हुआ, पानी नहीं है, बिल्कुल ड्राई है. बोले यार, भीम बोले यार ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है. ठीक है, बोले दूसरा प्रश्न पूछो. वो बोला मैंने देखा एक बड़ा सा पत्थर पहाड़ के ऊपर से गिरा. इतना बड़ा पत्थर था, इतना बड़ा पत्थर था कि गिरा तो सारे झाड़ों को तोड़ दिया, सबको तोड़ दिया, एनिमल्स को मार दिया, सब कुछ कर दिया. अचानक पहाड़ से जब नीचे गिरा तो एक छोटा सा पौधा था. और वो पौधा जो है, उधर वो आया पत्थर, उधर आके टच किया, पत्थर ही फूट गया. पत्थर ही फूट गया और झाड़ तो बच गया. समझ में नहीं आ रहा. भीम बोले माय गॉड ऐसा कैसे हो रहा है. बाद में बोले और एक चीज देखा मैंने. वो बोले एक कोयल थी, बहुत सुंदर सुंदर गा रही थी, इतना सुंदर गाती थी कि वाह एकदम सुंदर सुंदर सुंदर. लेकिन वो रैबिट खा रही थी. बोले समझ में नहीं आ रहा रैबिट कैसे खा रही है कोयल. तो बोले यार ये कुछ. भीम बोले आई थिंक ये मेरे आउट ऑफ सिलेबस है, तुम जाओ अंदर. अंदर जाके पूछो युधिष्ठिर महाराज को. फिर कुछ देर के बाद में युधिष्ठिर महाराज वो भीम जाके वेट कर रहे थे कि कब वो आएगा आएगा, लेकिन वो आया ही नहीं व्यक्ति वापस. तो फिर उधर जाके उन्होंने पूछा कि अरे कोई आया था कि तुमको मिलना है. तो बोले नहीं, कौन आया था मिलने. तो बोले ऐसे ऐसा व्यक्ति आया, उसने ऐसे ऐसा प्रश्न पूछा. तो वो बोले कौन था. तो पहला क्या था, पहला क्या बोला मैंने, कुआ. तो बोले कुआ इज लाइक अ मटेरियल वर्ल्ड. इस कलयुग के सारे तीनों तीनों लोग जो है, वो तीनों जो है कलयुग के सिम्टम्स है. लोगों के पास इतना पैसा है, इतना पैसा है कि ओवरफ्लो हो रहा है सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन करने के लिए. लेकिन बीच में जो उनका हृदय में सोल जो है, कुआ, भगवान के लिए, आत्मा के लिए बिल्कुल पानी नहीं है उनके पास में. सो दे डोंट पे एनीथिंग टू आत्मा. सेकंड एग्जाम्पल जो मैंने बताया आपको, कोयल. कोयल जो है, बोले दुनिया में बहुत सारे गुरुज हैं जो बड़े बड़े प्रवचन देंगे, बड़े बड़े कथा करेंगे, लेकिन अंदर में मधुर मधुर कथा करेंगे. लेकिन अगर आप देखोगे वो रैबिट खाएंगे. मतलब रैबिट खाएंगे मतलब सब सब चारों नियम ब्रेक करेंगे, कुछ भी करेंगे. एंड दे विल स्पीक ऑल नॉनसेंस, दे विल डू ऑल नॉनसेंस थिंग्स इन देयर लाइफ. दिस इज ऑल्सो सिम्टम ऑफ कलयुग. एंड थर्ड वन, इतना बड़ा पत्थर आया, सारे झाड़ों को तोड़ दिया उसने, सारे पौधों को तोड़ दिया, लेकिन एक छोटा सा पेड़ बच गया. तो बोले दिस इज द गुड न्यूज ऑफ कलयुगा. इन कलयुगा ऑल द गुड क्वालिटीज दे विल स्मैश डाउन, दे विल पाउडर डाउन by the effects of Kalyuga. But there is one good quality, and that is a small plant. A small plant, that is what? That is holy names. So holy name जो है, कलेर दोष निधे राजन अस्ति है को महान गुणा. They said all the symptoms of Kalyuga will be powdered by the chanting of the holy names. Now you may say, why I am speaking about this? So this is a part of all Ashcharyavat, Ashcharyavat, Ashcharyavat. So next verse is going to come as Ashcharyavat. So this is from the Mahabharat section. So here Krishna is also using this Ashcharyavat. The riddle I told is from Mahabharat, and here he is also going to speak something about Ashcharyavat. What is amazing things in this world? Amazing things. कहाँ गया मेरा वर्स? Yeah, please read this one, 29th. आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवत् वदति तथैव चान्यः आश्चर्यवत् चैनमन्य शृणोति श्रुत्वापि एनं वेद न चैव कश्चित्.
Some look on the soul as amazing, some describe him as amazing, and some hear of him as amazing, while others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all.
Now, this statement जो है ना बहुत गहरा है. थोड़ा इसको वापस एक बार पढ़ेंगे. Some people look on the soul as amazing. Some people describe him as amazing. Some people hear of him as amazing. And some, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. तो ये ट्रांसलेशन सुनने में इजी लग रहा है, लेकिन इसके गहरे अर्थ है बहुत सारे. इसके अलग अलग आचार्यों ने बहुत अलग अलग गहरे मतलब दिए. अगेन गुड न्यूज़, प्रभुपाद जो है, प्रभुपाद ने बहुत सिंपल रखा है हमारे लिए. तो प्रभुपाद वेरी नाइसली एक्सप्लेन्स. बट ये स्टेटमेंट बहुत गहरा है क्योंकि यहाँ पे ना संस्कृत ग्रामर का फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच यूज किया है. संस्कृत ग्रामर में जो अलंकार बोलते हैं ना हम, फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच, तो काफी सारे फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच यूज किए इस श्लोक के अंदर. सो लेकिन हम प्रभुपाद का प्रॉपर पढ़ेंगे. सो या
Yes. Since Gitopanishad is largely based on the principle of Upanishad, it is not surprising to also find the passage in the Katha Upanishad. Shravanapi bahubhiryo न लभ्य श्रवन्तोऽपि बहूयं न विदुः आश्चर्यवक्त कुशलोस्य लब्धा आश्चर्यस्य ज्ञाता कुशलानुशिष्टः. The fact that the atomic soul is within the body of gigantic animal, in the body of gigantic banyan tree, and also in the microbic germs, millions and billions of which occupy only an inch of space, is certainly very amazing. Men with a poor fund of knowledge and men who are not austere cannot understand the wonders of the individual atomic sparks of spirit, even though it is explained by the greatest authority of knowledge, who imparted lessons even to Brahma, the first living being in the universe. Owing to gross material conception of things, most men in this age cannot imagine how such a small particle can become both so great and so small. So men look at the soul proper as wonderful either by constitution or by description. Illusion by the material energy. People are so engrossed in subject matter of sense gratification that they have very little time to understand the question of self-understanding. Even though it is a fact that without this self-understanding, all activities results in ultimate defeat in the struggle for existence. Perhaps they have no idea that one must think of soul and thus make a solution to the material miseries.
yeah, so here you see, yeah, Prabhupada is telling that it is really there are something, soul is really something amazing, because soul is 1/10,000 the tip of the hair, and 1/10,000 of the tip of the hair is animating the body of a tiger, is animating the body of a elephant, and even the big tree, and even in the microscope, viruses, bacteria, and so small things also the soul is there, and so big objects also the soul is there, and it is making the things work, it is making the body animated. So sometimes it really appears to be amazing. क्या है ये amazing soul चीज? How many of you have seen certain amazing things which you feel that science has done? You feel this really looks amazing. Like recently, can you name something which really appears amazing? Mystical लगता है, कैसे काम करता है ये सब चीजें? ऐसी कौन सी चीजें आपने देखी है कि really mystical लगता है?
सिम कार्ड रोज
क्या क्या?
सिम कार्ड, मोबाइल सिम कार्ड.
मोबाइल सिम कार्ड क्या होता है ना, एकदम अमेजिंग लगता है. वो अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं, कोई बच्चा होगा यार कैसे बात हो रहा है, लैपटॉप से बात हो रहा है, एक कुछ छोटा सा ऑब्जेक्ट देखता है, इधर से आवाज लेके जाता है, चित्र भी लेके जाता है, और उधर से पहुंच भी जाता है। अमेजिंग लग रहा है एकदम, क्या इन्वेंशन है ये मतलब। और मोबाइल फोन, सिम्स, और कौन सी चीज अमेजिंग लगती है एकदम?
सेमीकंडक्टर्स
रिचार्ज
प्रभु जी,
क्या क्या?
सेमीकंडक्टर्स, सिलिकॉन चिप।
सेमीकंडक्टर्स, ओके। और कुछ?
रिचार्ज प्रोजी, लाइक जब रिचार्ज रहता है तभी फोन कॉल होते हैं, नहीं होता तो मतलब रेंज भी रहती है तब भी कॉल नहीं चलते, तो
ठीक
कैसे
है,
होते?
ये तो ठीक है, इतना तो आसान है। ओके, और कुछ अमेजिंग चीज बताइए।
ये आए चैट
क्या? साइंस के कौन
चैट
से?
जीपीटी।
जीपीटी।
हाँ, चैट जीपीटी। क्या अमेजिंग लगता है ना। रियली भरोसा नहीं बैठता है यार, इतना काम कैसे करता है ये प्रभु, मतलब इतना परफेक्टली, एक उसको समय भी नहीं लगता विचार करने को। बड़ा बड़ा कोड बना देता है, पोएम भी लिख देता है, हमारा लेटर भी लिख देता है, कुछ भी कर देता है ये समटाइम। और सोचो कि बनाने के पीछे कौन है? एक इनफाइनाइट सोल का बुद्धि है। इनफाइनाइटेसिमल सोल का बुद्धि है, मतलब कुछ सोल्स का बुद्धि है। क्या बनाया है? सोल का बुद्धि क्या होगा? क्या है ये सोल? रियली समथिंग सरप्राइजिंग। क्योंकि उसको बनाने के पीछे भी वो नेचुरल इंटेलिजेंस लगा है ना पीछे। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के पीछे नेचुरल इंटेलिजेंस बैठा है। तो वी हैव टू टेक आउट टाइम नाउ, मेनी ऑफ अस आर स्पेंडिंग टाइम टू स्टडी एआई, बट वी should also try to find out some time to NI. What is this NI? Natural intelligence. Who has given this natural intelligence to people? So Prabhupada is taking in a very wonderful like this, that it is amazing that some people only see that soul as amazing, some people hear about soul as amazing, but very few people understand it actually. Now, okay, quickly read, Prabhu.
Some people who are inclined to hear about the soul may be attending lectures in good association, but sometimes, owing to ignorance, they are misguided by acceptance of the super soul and the atomic soul as one without distinction of magnitude. It is very difficult to find a man who perfectly understands the position of the super soul, the atomic soul, their respective functions and relationships, and all other major and minor details. And it is still more difficult to find a man who has actually derived full benefits from the knowledge of the soul, and who is able to describe the position of the soul in different aspects. But if somehow or other one is able to understand the subject matter of the soul, then one's life is successful.
Yeah,
The easiest
exactly. There are so many difficult process, so many different opinions of people about soul. ब्रह्म ही शिव ही ब्रह्म है, सोल जो है लीन हो जाता है। कितने खतरनाक खतरनाक फिलोसफीज एग्जिस्टिंग है वर्ल्ड के अंदर। तो सबको अगर शास्त्र पढ़ के अगर हम ट्राई करेंगे तो कंफ्यूज और फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाएंगे। तो इसलिए हमें बोनाफाइड लिटरेचर चाहिए और गुरु चाहिए। तो व्हाट इज द इजीएस्ट प्रोसेस? या
The easiest process for understanding the subject matter of self, however, is to accept the statement of Bhagavad Gita spoken by the greatest authority, Lord Krishna, without being debated by other theories. But it is also requires a great deal of penance and sacrifice, either in this life or in the previous ones. Before one is able to accept Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna can, however, be known as such by the causeless mercy of the pure devotee and by no other way.
या So here there is a nice description by Vishwanath Chakra Thakur. So okay, I'll read the first one. Abhinandan, you can read the second one. What an astonishing thing you are describing. Arjun is telling, अरे क्या बता रहे हो तुम, एकदम मजेदार चीज बता रहे हो। इतना इतना एस्टोनिशिंग चीज आप बता रहे हो कि मुझे एकदम ऐसी बुद्धि मिल रही है कि मेरा कुछ समझ में नहीं, मतलब समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि एग्जैक्ट क्या हो रहा है करके। तो भगवान क्या बोल रहे हैं?
Yes, the Atma is truly astonishing. With this intention, the Lord then speaks this verse. The word enam in this verse stands for the soul and the body, the combination of both, which constitutes the whole world. The meaning would
या
be yes.
फाइन। सो यहाँ पे देखो, फिर से मैं अभी आपको इस वर्ड में लाया हूँ। यहाँ पे प्रभुपाद जो ट्रांसलेशन में अगेन हम देखते हैं, तो यहाँ पे अलग और दूसरे आचार्य जो है इसका अलग मतलब भी निकालते हैं। वो क्या बोलते हैं? सम पीपल लुक ऑन द सोल एज अमेजिंग, सम डिस्क्राइब हिम एज अमेजिंग, एंड सम हियर हिम ऑफ एज अमेजिंग, and while others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. So very clear cut meaning. So but in Sanskrit grammar, if you see, there is something, those who have studied Sanskrit little bit, like I suppose I give you example. See this one. Hmm? You are able to see the screen too?
Yes, yes, Pradesh.
Yes, yes.
नाउ संस्कृत इंग्लिश ग्रामर में तीन चीज होती है ना? एक होता है क्या? सब्जेक्ट, ऑब्जेक्ट, प्रेडिकेट। बाद में और इंग्लिश ग्रामर में वो भी होता है वर्ब, नाउन, प्रोनाउन होता है ना, नाउन, प्रोनाउन। अभी मुझे बताइए, सब्जेक्ट इस वर्ड में सब्जेक्ट, ऑब्जेक्ट, प्रेडिकेट क्या क्या है, बताएंगे?
I
सब्जेक्ट क्या है?
subject.
सब्जेक्ट क्या है? आई।
I.
ऑब्जेक्ट क्या है?
You.
ऑब्जेक्ट। और सी क्या है? एक्शन। और वर्ब और प्रेडिकेट, वर्ब है ना?
You.
तो अमेजिंग चीज जो है संस्कृत ग्रामर में, कोई भी सीक्वेंस कहीं पे भी हो सकती है। मतलब ऊपर नीचे आप कुछ घुमा सकते हो, सब्जेक्ट, वर्ब, प्रेडिकेट, ऑब्जेक्ट कहीं को ऊपर नीचे कर सकते हो। यहाँ पे जो वर्ड है अमेजिंग, है ना, अमेजिंग ऐसा वर्ड आया है। तो ये अमेजिंग आई, अमेजिंग सी एंड अमेजिंग यू, तीनों को जा सकता है। तो यहाँ पे और अमेजिंग आई, अमेजिंग लव, अमेजिंग यू। तो यहाँ पे जो क्या हो रहा है कि जैसे हम कभी कभी बोलते हैं ना, वो रास्ता जो था, दैट रोड वॉज अ वेरी टायरी रोड। पुणे मुंबई हाईवे, द ओल्ड पुणे मुंबई हाईवे इज अ टायरी रोड। आप बोलोगे टायरी रोड? टायरी रोड कैसे टायरी हो सकता है? तो एक्चुअल में टायरी, अब मुझे टायरी रोड बोलते हैं ना हम, टायरी रोड। तो रोड तो टायरी नहीं होता भाई। तो रोड वो क्या है? वर्ब है, मतलब आई गेट टायर्ड, उसका एडजेक्टिव दूसरे चीज को लगा दिया। तो सिमिलरली अमेजिंग, जो एडजेक्टिव अगर हमने अलग अलग चीजों को लगाया है, तो अलग अलग मतलब निकलते हैं इसके। यहाँ पे बताया है कि, फिर से मैं कमिंग बैक टू दवर डिस्कशन हियर, सम पीपल सी सोल एज अमेजिंग। और इसका उल्टा मतलब ये भी होता है, अमेजिंग आर दोज पीपल हु लुक एट द सोल, हु कैन सी द सोल। अमेजिंग आर दोज पीपल हु डिस्क्राइब अबाउट हिम। मतलब ग्रेट आर दोज पीपल, अमेजिंग मतलब दे आर रियली अमेजिंग पीपल, दोज हु कैन टेल अबाउट द सोल। Amazing are the people, those who hear of him, like those who come and discuss and have discussion, and those who have charcha about this. They are really very special people. And there are certain people, amazing are those who hear so much about him, but still they don't understand. So this is the another way of looking at this. So the great devotees, those who describe, those who look at the soul, those who can see the soul, yogi, is amazing person. Then those who can describe, those who preach about the soul, the message of soul, they are also very special, amazing people. And those who hear of him, they are also those who attend the classes and hear the discussions about soul. Amazing are those people. And those people who hear so much about soul, but still they don't change in their life, they are also something amazing. Like that, the description is given here. And you see here, like, what makes a person not get the knowledge even after hearing so many things? So it is said, attachments. Attachments are blinding and binding. At any kind of attachment which we carry, they are binding and they are blinding. Attachment bind us, attachments blind us. Both the things they do. है ना? So any example? Can you tell? Attachments bind a person and blind a person also.
Dhutarashtra.
Dhritarashtra. Very good example. Any other?
Bharat
Uttanapad.
Maharaj.
Bharat Maharaj. Bind and blind. Okay. Any other?
Uttanapad.
Uttanapat. Blind and blind. Okay. Very good.
Ajamil.
Ajamil. Bind and blind.
Kitu Maharaj.
Yeah. All attachment wala cases. So you see, even Bilwa Mangal Thakur. So much binding, na? He became blind. He became blind almost what he's walking, he's touching a snake and everything. So that shows attachments in this world. If we hold on to attachments, we become bound and we also become blind. So here Prabhupada is saying that very rare are those people. If we get opportunity of association of people, those who describe about soul, those who understand soul, they are very, very rare people. And very rare are those people who actually understand this. So yeah. Now our sections are going to change now. So I'll just tell what is now 30 verse onwards. The section will change now to the two duties part. Hmm? Two duties. So he's going to speak about so G for Guru, I for identity, and now T for two kinds of duty. Krishna is going to focus on that. Having understood this knowledge now, you should now focus on your duty. देहि नित्यम् अवध्योऽयं देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि नात्वं शोचितुमर्हसि. Yes,
O
Prabhu.
descendant of Bharata, he who dwells in the body is eternal and can never be slain.
Yeah.
Therefore, you need not grieve for any creature.
So basically, don't lament, don't cry. He's telling. Yes, bro.
The Lord now concludes the
Prabhuji,
chapter of instruction on the
Hare Krishna
immutable
प्रभु जी
Yes, bro.
प्रभु जी ये श्लोक को लास्ट वाले श्लोक से कैसे कनेक्ट करें?
ये वाले श्लोक को लास्ट वाले श्लोक से
कैसे कनेक्ट करें, मतलब कैसे, मतलब वो समझे?
नहीं, बेसिकली इंस्ट्रक्शंस ऑन सोल है प्रभु. ऐसा नहीं कि वो एक बार आपको
ओके
मे भी
ओके
इतना डिटेल में देखना है कि कैसे कनेक्ट हो रहा है फ्लो. मेनली कृष्णा जो है इंस्ट्रक्शंस ऑल सारे इंस्ट्रक्शंस ऑन सोल दे रहे हैं वो कि कुछ लोग इतना इतना सब कुछ समझने के बाद भी लोग जो है नहीं समझ पाते हैं. बहुत रेयर है ऐसा. तो पूरा सोल का इंस्ट्रक्शन बताया कि अमेजिंग है, जातस्य ध्रुव मृत्यु है. इतना सब कुछ बताने के बाद भी बोला देखो भाई ये सोल की चीज जो है बहुत अमेजिंग है. कुछ लोग समझ पाते हैं, कुछ देखते हैं, लेकिन तू भी नहीं समझ पाते हैं. तो यहाँ पे भगवान अपना इंस्ट्रक्शंस को कंक्लूड कर रहे हैं कि वो बोल रहे हैं कि समझ लो बाबा कि जो सोल जो है जो बॉडी के अंदर रहता है वो कभी मरता नहीं है. तो वापस टेंशन मत लो, क्योंकि मेन पर्पस कृष्णा सारा कनेक्टिंग पॉइंट यही है कि टेंशन मत लो फाइट करो, टेंशन मत लो फाइट करो, टेंशन मत लो फाइट करो. यही कनेक्टिंग पॉइंट है. तो यहाँ पे उन्होंने अपना जो भी आइडेंटिटी वाला पार्ट था वो उन्होंने कंक्लूड कर दिया है वैसा. और एक बात जानो प्रभु, ये एक संवाद है. हाँ, संवाद में क्या होता है, संवाद में ऐसा जब हम डिस्कशन, क्योंकि कृष्ण और अर्जुन की बातचीत है वो, हम उसको ट्राई करते हैं थोड़ा एकदम सीक्वेंस में लॉजिक में लगाने का. लेकिन आप जैसे कि बातचीत करते हो किसी फ्रेंड के साथ में, तो कभी कभी आप थर्ड पॉइंट पहले बता दोगे, फिर लगेगा नहीं चलो पहला वाला पॉइंट बताता हूँ, शायद से तुमको समझा ही नहीं, फिर से सेकंड वाला बताता हूँ, फिर से फिफ्थ में बताता हूँ. हम बोले एकदम सीक्वेंस में जाना चाहिए, ऐसा क्यों थर्ड के बाद वन के बाद. हाँ लेकिन दिस इज संवाद ना, दिस इज डिस्कशन, दिस इज सॉन्ग. तो ऐसा एकदम स्टेप बाय स्टेप हमारा लॉजिकल ब्रेन की तरफ से नहीं चलता हो, और लॉजिक दिया जा रहा है ताकि हम समझे कि क्या हो रहा है. मतलब एग्जैक्टली थोड़ा आइडिया लगे कि क्या हो रहा है, नहीं तो हमको समझता नहीं कि क्या हो रहा है एकदम, क्योंकि दूसरे लोग दो लोगों की बातचीत समझना है तो हमें फ्लो समझना इंपॉर्टेंट है. अदरवाइज वो एक बातचीत है. यस ब्रो. परपट.
The Lord now concludes the chapter of instruction on the immutable spirit soul. In describing the immortal soul in various ways, Lord Krishna establishes that the soul is immortal and the body is temporary. Therefore, Arjuna as a Kshatriya should not abandon his duty out of fear that his grandfather and teacher, Bhishma and Drona, will die in the battle. On the authority of Sri Krishna, one has to believe that there is a soul different from the material body, not that there is no such thing as soul, or that living symptoms develop at a certain stage of material maturity resulting from the interaction of chemicals. Though the soul is immortal, violence is not encouraged. But at the time of war, it is not discouraged when there is actual need for it. That need must be justified in terms of the sanction of the Lord and not capriciously.
Yeah. So Arjuna is telling now to Krishna that okay Baba, speak clearly. What should I do now? बताओ मुझे भी, तुम इतना सब कुछ बताया, बताओ क्या करना है भाई. ज्यादा कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, बताओ. ऑलरेडी अमेजिंग अमेजिंग चीज हो गया है, अब बताओ मुझे करना क्या है. व्हाट शुड आई डू एंड व्हाट शुड आई नॉट डू. भगवान बोलते हैं चुपचाप शोक मत करो, फाइट करो. तो अभी भगवान बता रहे हैं आत्मा क्या है. ये जो ये डोंट ग्रीव फॉर द आत्मा एंड यू शुड बी फोकस्ड ऑन योर ड्यूटीज. ड्यूटीज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू बी एग्जीक्यूटेड. We should be at if you do not execute duty, then that is so now Arjun may ask, okay, by the way, tell me what is my duty. So what is the duty of Arjuna? अर्जुना को बोला, प्रभु आपके हम सब लोगों के दो धर्म होते हैं. दो धर्म क्या है हमारे? एक है स्वधर्म और दूसरा है सनातन धर्म. स्वधर्म एंड सनातन धर्म. तो ये बॉडी है, बॉडी का स्वधर्म क्या है? क्योंकि आपको बॉडी, क्षत्रिय की बॉडी मिली है, आपका वो स्वधर्म है. सनातन धर्म किसका है? आत्मा का. तो इसे आत्मा और बॉडी दो चीजें हैं, तो दोनों के लिए कुछ कुछ धर्म बने हैं. एक है स्वधर्म और एक है सनातन धर्म. सो वी शुड फोकस ऑन बोथ ऑफ दिस धर्मास प्रॉपरली नाउ. स्वधर्म एंड सनातन धर्म, that is being discussed here now. So he will speak now that because you are Kshatriya, what is the duty for you? What you are supposed to do because of being Kshatriya. So that will be mentioned now. Yeah. Next verse. स्वधर्मानपि चावेक्ष्य न विकाम्पितुमर्हसि धर्म्याधियुद्धश्रेयोऽन्यात् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते.
Translation. Considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles. So there is no need for hesitation.
Yeah. So he said your duties are there. This is your duty only, your occupation only. So you should not be fearful. And there is nothing better for you than to fight for the right cause. So Prabhupada here in the purport he mentions of certain vital points, that there are four kinds of orders in the Varnashram system: Kshatriya, Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudra. And Prabhupada mentions about Shat. Shat means to hurt. Shat means to hurt. That a person, that is a duty of Kshatriya. He has to hurt someone. Surgeon. Surgeon means he has to do surgery only. Now you make a surgeon का नाम ही है सर्जरी, तो काटेगा ही ना. सर अगर काटेगा ही नहीं तो सर्जरी कैसे करेगा? तो इस सर्जन का नाम, क्षत्रिय का मतलब ही वो है कि हर्ट करना. तो Prabhupada is telling that that's why they are allowed to be hunting, and they have to challenge, they have to fight, they have to kill. So that's why Kshatriyas generally don't take sannyas. Kshatriyas are not generally meant for the order of sannyas or renunciation. So Prabhupada writes, sometimes politicians, or like non-violence, they are actually politicians, they're administrator, and they propagate non-violence. So they said this is generally a politics only. It is not allowed. Somebody who's an administrator, he has to be sometimes violent. We cannot say that. Or similarly, Brahmanas also sometimes have to sacrifice the animals in the fire. So violence is important. And so there are two kinds of swadharmas. So we can just read that paragraph, last paragraph of this. Yes, bro, please read.
There are two kinds of swadharmas, specific duties. As long as one is not liberated, one has to perform the duties of his particular body in accordance with the religious principles in order to achieve liberation. When one is liberated, one's swadharma, specific duty, becomes spiritual and is not in the material bodily concept. In the bodily conception of life, there are specific duties for the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas respectively, and these duties are unavoidable. Such swadharma is ordained by the Lord, and this will be clarified in the fourth chapter. On the bodily plane, swadharma is called varnashram dharma, or man's stepping stone for spiritual understanding. Human civilization begins from the stage of varnashram dharma, or specific duty, in terms of the specific modes of nature of the body obtained. Discharging one's specific duty in any field of action, in accordance with the orders of the higher authorities, serves to elevate one to the higher status of life.
Yeah. So Varnashram Dharma, all of us have got certain type of body with certain types of modes in which we have been brought up. So he said all of us have this certain duties which are related to this body. And when we engage in this Varnashram Dharma, Kshatriya, Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudra. So one good part of Kali Yuga is all Kalau Shudra Sambhava. So by birth, everyone is Shudra only. Still, there are certain modes which we have acquired. And based on those modes, there is some kind of inclination. Vaishya, Kshatriya, Shudra. So he said, now engage in activities following the rules of Varnashram Dharma. And he said, this is a stepping stone in your spiritual understanding. Stepping stone. Like you see, somebody is a carpenter. And carpenter, he says, okay, I'll make altar for the Lord. So use your Varnashrama duties and our occupational duties to and that will facilitate your spiritual duties also. So he said, engage, these two duties are there. So do your duties nicely. Somebody's a carpenter, make a nice altar for the Lord, make this one. Somebody's a construction worker, make a temple for the Lord. Somebody's a businessman, earn some huge amount of profit and construct a temple of the Lord. So he said, use your Varnashrama duties, which is connected with your body. It has nothing to do with spirituality, but you can use that Varnashrama duties for spiritual understanding. So these two kinds of dharmas are there, one pertaining to body and one pertaining to Atma. So use these things. So this is being described here. Here,
Prabhuji, then why it is said two types of Swadharma? If one is pertaining to Atma, then it is Sanatan
yeah,
Dharma only, na?
Swa, both are Swa only. Swa is like Swa means one refers to body, one refers to body also, and one Swa means we can say, my, although Swa in one sense is body also, and Swa is actually Atma. So actual Dharma is a Sanatan Dharma only. Actual Dharma is a Sanatan Dharma. But because we have got this body, there is some Dharma related to this body also. Like that. Actual Dharma is Sanatan Dharma only on a longer term. But Swadharma, because we are in the bodily conception of life also currently, so this matters, Swadharma. Because like if I say I will only act on the platform of soul, but I have to maintain this body. I'll not go for a job now. I will not earn money. I'll not study. Then this body, which is a vehicle, that will not function. So there is a duty, there is a dharma which is connected to this vehicle also. Vehicle. So that is why it's Swadharma.
Bro, here it is mentioned like when one is liberated, then these two Swadharma becomes one. That is only one Sanatan Dharma.
Yeah. So
Sanatan.
for a pure devotee, everything, even his occupation and all, everything, whatever he does with the body, that is also spiritual only for him. Like gopis, they decorate their bodies, but that is a devotional service to the Lord. Then devotees also, they apply tilak on the body. That is a devotion. Devotees wash dhoti kurta. That is also spiritual life only. So actually, they are doing Sanatan Dharma only when one is on liberated platform. But till the time we are not on the liberated platform, okay, we make it as a distinction. Okay, this is one, this is second. This is for my body, this is for my soul. Going to Janmashtami is for my soul, and earning money, doing some sense gratification is for my body. Like that. For a devotee, even sense gratification becomes one only. Okay, let me enjoy this fruit, talvan, because it will give pleasure to Krishna. That is that is a very high platform. And my sense gratification is also for the pleasure of the Lord. But for us currently, no, my sense gratification is for my body, for my happiness. But okay, I also have Sanatan Dharma. This is for my liberation of soul. Like that.
So question.
Yeah.
So when we are saying that when one is liberated, then only he will become the one. So before that, like while performing that first dharma with respect to body, so how to always remember that it is we are performing this dharma for the Sanatana dharma only. So sometimes we are so much engrossed with that first dharma, so we didn't think of that like the future goal, or we mostly engrossed with them with that dharma only.
So again, to summarize your question, that sometimes we become so preoccupied and busy with our occupational duties that we forget our constitutional duties. That is your question?
Yes, please. In like a prolonged period time, like अगर हम ज़्यादा उसमें घुसे रहेंगे तो.
Any devotees can suggest something. You can write in chat box, or you can mention also, or you can speak, because all of you already have answers for this. I surely know, but I thought better to take it from your mouth only. Yes, Prabhu. How to be not too much always be preoccupied by material duties, but also at the same time focus on constitutional duties. Yes, Prabhu. Any?
Prabhuji, by always being in the association of devotee and every day hearing the transcendental subject matter. So
Okay,
then we will not.
Ribo. Any other suggestions? Yes, Prabhu.
तो जी पैरामोर एग्जांपल आप यूज टू
कौन बोल रहा है? सॉरी. हाँ, हल्केश ब्रो, यस ब्रो. You said something, Guruji?
No, no, no.
Okay.
विवेक प्रो से
Who?
विवेक प्रो
कहाँ पे विवेक प्रभु दिख नहीं रहे? अच्छा, बोलिए. हाँ. यस ब्रो, मेरे यहाँ बहुत सारे स्क्रीन दिखते हैं, समझ नहीं आता कहाँ से आ जा रहे हैं. यस ब्रो,
yes.
पढ़िए.
So the paramore example I was saying that which is Mahaprabhu gave to Rupa and Sanatana Goswami in that way.
नहीं तो वही अभिनंदन प्रभु का क्वेश्चन ही वो है, कैसे करें ऐसा पैरामोर की तरह, कैसे जीवन जिए.
Like Kaushik to give to example, like first association and then reading and hearing. But
Yeah.
if I see practically there are so many devotees who are not getting association at all. So they have to just rely on hearing and reading. So it is very tough on just to rely on the hearing and reading. When we are in the association of devotee, it is very easy to remember always the Swadharma,
Yeah.
Sanatana Dharma.
So make a right choice. Make a right choice. What is a make a right choice? If you have heard this statement, it is difficult, then we should give it a huge priority. Huge priority, huge priority. Like once upon a time, during COVID time, there was one devotee who got stuck up at home. इतना स्टकअप हो गया और बाद में बोल रहा था, प्रभु जी जीवन बहुत खराब हो गया है प्रभु जी, ऑलमोस्ट फॉल डाउन होने ही वाला है, बस थोड़ा 4 नियम ब्रेक होते होते बस एकदम एच कॉर्नर पे आ गया हूँ प्रभु जी. प्रभु जी ऐसे सिचुएशन में भक्ति कैसे करूँ प्रभु? मैं बताओ ना, कैसे मैं कृष्णा कॉन्शियस रह सकता हूँ? फिर हमारे एक ड्यूटी फ्रेंड थे, उनके काउंसिलर, वो बोले चुपचाप नेक्स्ट ट्रेन बुक करके वापस आ जाओ. बोले जब पानी में पूरी तरह डूब चुके हो, पानी में डूब चुके हो और बोलते हो गीला नहीं होना है, इम्पॉसिबल है. बोले आ जाओ चुपचाप, नेक्स्ट ट्रेन बुक करके आ जाओ चुपचाप. आप बोलोगे अरे डूब भी गया हूँ और पानी में भीगना भी नहीं है. समटाइम्स यू विल आस्क ना, टू हाउ टू रिमेन इन द वाटर एंड नॉट गेट दिस. बोला बहुत रेयर है प्रभु, आपको रेनकोट पहनना पड़ेगा, सबमरीन में जाना पड़ेगा, बहुत डिफिकल्ट है वो. आप चुपचाप बाहर निकल जाओ, जैसे सूख जाओगे कुछ देर में. So we have to situate ourselves in the right environment. Otherwise, it is very impossible. So surely, as he said, environment matters. Environment matters for us. That's why we choose the right environment for our bhakti. That is association of devotees. And when Sankarshan Sarikari Prabhu was told, ask this question. Maharaj, I 20 almost 18 hours a day I do a job. Somehow my job is very very heavy, business and all. I'm very very busy. सोने को भी टाइम नहीं मिलता. चैंटिंग कैसे तो भी करता हूँ 16 माला. हाउ कैन आई रिमेन कृष्णा कॉन्शियस? जितना समय आपके पास बचा है ना, उसमें फुल कृष्णा कॉन्शियस रहो. ऑटोमेटिकली आप दिन भर कृष्णा कॉन्शियस बन जाओगे. दैट्स व्हाई how to chant Hare Krishna 24 hours a day? No, first chant Hare Krishna 2 hours a day. That is in the morning program which is given to you. Chant very nicely. Automatically Krishna remembrance will come throughout the day. Second thing is connecting to your question. In case somebody is very very having a lot of work, then the first step. That's why you are asking the question which you are asking now is exactly the perfect question. Why you Abhinandan, you know? Because this is what the same method is going, same thought process is going in the mind of Arjun. And because you got the same thought process, that means what? We are in the line. So the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, fifth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, क्यों बताया गया है? क्योंकि सेम अभिनंदन प्रभु वाला क्वेश्चन आया उनको. तो इसलिए कृष्णा जो है ये बताएंगे कि योगा लैडर बताएंगे. पहले एक काम करो, कर्मयोग करो. बाद में बोलेंगे नहीं, निष्काम कर्मयोग करो. सबसे पहले बताया गया है जितना कमाना है कमाओ, जितना पैसा कमाना है कमाओ, जाने दो, आप भूल जाओ भगवान को. पहले अपना प्रॉफिट जो है इजी में दो, डोनेशन में दो, है ना. भगवान बोलते हैं इजी में दो, क्यों? ताकि तुम्हारा मनी प्योरीफाइड हो जाएगा. बाद में दूसरा बोलते हैं कि ठीक है, थोड़ा सा निस्वार्थ सेवा करो. तो स्टेप बाय स्टेप अंडरस्टैंडिंग दे रहे हैं भगवान. थर्ड फोर्थ फिफ्थ चैप्टर में काम योग, बाद में ध्यान योग, फिर भक्ति योग. तो आपका जो क्वेश्चन है एकदम परफेक्ट क्वेश्चन है. क्यों? क्योंकि अर्जुन को भी सेम क्वेश्चन आया. आगे जाके वही है, थर्ड चैप्टर फोर्थ चैप्टर, इसमें पूरा इसका डिटेल में अंडरस्टैंडिंग मिलेगा. Okay. Any last one more question, bro? I think we'll pause today. The next week we'll complete the two duties part.
One question: how to understand?
आपका your voice is less.
Raji, how to understand that while doing our occupational duty, are we progressing in our spiritual life or not? How to understand them?
See, while doing occupational duty, whether we are progressing in spiritual life. If while doing your occupational duty, you also get some time for your constitutional duty. That means we are progressing. or we are so preoccupied in the occupational duty that there is no time for constitutional duty at all, then we can understand no, no, no. The occupational duty done nicely should lead to getting more and more time for your constitutional duty also. If that is happening, like okay, I'm doing my occupational duty, I'm getting some time for chanting, I'm getting to associate with, go for yatras, I'm getting opportunity to chant more, read more, hear more, or these opportunities are increasing. Okay, then we are doing occupational duties also so nicely. Slowly, slowly, we are getting more and more time and taste in that activity. And whether we are while doing your occupational duty, whether we are advancing, same thing, that we get some time for Krishna, more we get some time for Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, I think we are going in a wrong direction. The time is reducing. Simple, minimize Maya time, maximize Krishna time. So Krishna time is getting maximized, Maya time is getting minimized. Then that means slowly, slowly occupational duties are being done very properly. That is natural. Hmm? Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhus. Vancha kalpataru bhashya kripa sindhu bhevasa. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So please pray for us and bless that we can. Otherwise, we'll also become the case study. Some people see amazing, some people hear amazing, some people even like give lecture on soul as amazing, but nobody understands. So I should not become that nobody understand wala part. Otherwise, our life will become amazing. Hare Krishna.